Hi, my name is April Pritchett, and I'll be your instructor for Math 115 Section 2 this semester. You guys can call me Miss Pritchett. My contact information is the top of the syllabus. My office is in Faculty Hall, 6th floor, Suite A, Office 6, and those are my office hours. You can email me or call me on my office phone. If you would prefer to text me, I have left a text number at Canvas. You can just store that information in your phone and text me. Make sure anytime you communicate with me that you include the course you're in, Math 115, the section number you're in, Section 2, and your name. And that way I can always reply and know who I'm replying to and the correct answer of the question you're asking me. We will meet 12:30 to 1:20 on Monday, Wednesday, Friday in Faculty Hall 310. Hope to see you in Faculty Hall 310 on Friday. The title for this course is Mathematics for Middle and Elementary Teachers 1. The purpose of this course is to help you understand why we add 2 plus 2 to get 4. To understand not just that it is 4, but all the different methods of getting 4. Simplistically, that's what we're going to be doing this semester. We're going to be delving into those things you learned in elementary school, the math you learned in elementary school, in a deeper fashion. If you have dealt with Common Core standards or homework from elementary school students, then you have an idea of what I'm talking about, that it's no longer just a sheet of paper with a lot of problems that are exactly the same. And now the homework is asking reading questions, and it includes geometry, and it includes all of these things at younger and younger ages. They just start out less intense, and they tend to get more intense as the students progress through elementary age. Kind of a spiral effect, so to speak. So a lot of times you will hear parents complain that they can't even help their second grader with their homework because things have changed so much. So it is different, but this course will help you deal with that. It will help you understand the math that is being taught in the manner that's being taught now. I think this course is more relevant and more important than ever. This is the content outline. We're going to be dealing with chapters 2 through 9 in the textbook. This is the textbook we're going to be using. It's Mathematical Reasoning for Elementary Teachers. It's the 6th edition by Long to Temple and Millman. It should be relatively inexpensive because they've already come out with a 7th edition. So this book will be phased out eventually. I'm not sure when. If you want to save money and you're money conscious, then I would make sure I took Math 215 in the fall. That way you'll be sure to get to use this book again. And I know it's relatively inexpensive compared to other books you'll have to purchase. Instructional activities. Most of the time I will lecture in class, and then we will do some group work, we'll do some homework. I would like to use the flipped classroom model several times during the semester and just see how it works, especially in this course, because I think we could benefit a lot from the group learning activities and some of the group projects, or just being able to sit in class and let you guys present homework problems. That's hard to do and have enough time to do if I'm also lecturing. So I may do the lecture outside of class on like I'm doing today, and then let you guys learn with different activities inside of class. Homework is 10% of your grade. It's going to be assigned daily and graded regularly. I will try to get your homework back to you at least once a week from what I've collected over the week. Selected problems will be presented by students during the following class. Lack of participation may result in loss of points on the assignment, so make sure you're ready to participate, especially I've given you heads up to do so, that you're going to be doing this problem in next class. The purpose of homework assignments is to practice what you've learned in class, apply it, and increase your understanding and mastery of the subject. So it's important that you do your homework. Because of that, we're getting a grade for it. Part 1, problems assigned will be graded on accuracy. So it'll be in 2 homework parts. Part 1 is accuracy, 50% of your grade. I'll give you 5 problems, and you're going to make sure you do those problems well, and you understand them, and you've got the correct answer. and that's half your homework grade. The other half comes from completing the rest of the assignment. Now, if you leave 1 or 2 problems undone in part 2, that's okay. Don't leave part 1 undone, but part 2, if you leave 1 or 2 problems undone, you can ask those questions in class or come by my office. But you need to show your work on all of your homework. If I just see that you copied the answer out of the back of the book, or can just tell that you've copied off of another student, then you won't get any credit for that. So make sure you're doing your homework and you're showing your work, and you have to do both parts in order to get the entire homework grade. Okay, both parts. Otherwise, if you only just turn in part 1, you only get 50%. 10% will come from group work or any assignments that I may assign for you to do. I hope to incorporate more group work into the course this semester. Exams, that's 80% of your grade. There are going to be 3 exams. I've put down some expected dates: February 12th, March 9th, April 13th, and the final will be Wednesday, May 11th at 10:30. The final date is absolute, so make sure you don't make any travel plans until after the final to go home. The other dates, that's when I expect to have these exams, and I'll try to keep those exam dates, but if we have to change one, you'll be given ample notice. The letter grades are the standard grading scale at Murray State University. Attendance policy, make sure you're here. If you're missing a group work, you need to have an excuse. I won't allow you to make up a group work if you just didn't show up. Okay, so make sure you are in class every time, and that you're there, especially for the graded assignments, or you just won't get a grade for those assignments. So it's extremely important that you do that. Don't leave class early. That's considered an absence. Academic honesty policy, do not cheat. Don't be copying your fellow students' homework. Don't be copying on an exam. Those things can earn you a 0 for the assignment, and they could result in further action. Audits. Hopefully you won't have to audit, but if you don't think you have the grades you need for the course by April 18th, then you can switch to an audit if you've been attending class and if you have been doing the homework. And you will have some restrictions on doing that. You will have to continue to attend class, and you will have to continue to do the homework and take the exams in order to switch to an audit. So let's say that I haven't seen you in a couple of weeks, you just kind of disappeared off the face of the earth, and then you show up one day and you say, Ms. Pritchett, I want to switch to an audit. I won't allow that. So be aware that audit is a privilege, not a right. Canvas, partial notes, homework assignments, and grades can be found at Canvas. It would be in your best interest to print off copies of any of the notes and bring them to class with you. Also, if I decide to make any more recordings, they will also be available at Canvas. On the last page, the syllabus is an excuse form. This form is to be used only when the student has missed a graded assignment, such as a group work or test. If you'll attach that to your graded assignment when you turn it in, then we'll use that as your excuse for that absence. If you don't have an excuse, you won't be allowed to make up the group assignment. Audit contract, in case you are allowed to switch to an audit and you need to switch to an audit, this is a contract you will sign for me. You would also have to sign a paper, and I would have to sign a paper, and it would have to be turned into Sparks Hall if you switch to an audit. So just turning this into me does not give you an audit. Something has to be turned into Sparks Hall. Hopefully that's not an issue, but in case it comes up, the last day to do that, again, is Monday, April 18th. In Canvas, you will find the assignments listed for the entire semester. Those are subject to change when we go closer to them. I won't change 2.1, but I might change the homework in 2.3, so don't work too far ahead on those because I may change some of the problems that you're going to be doing. I'm just leaving that out there in case I decide something isn't what I want it to be. So if you wanted to do 2.1 homework, after we finish the lecture and after I say we finish the lecture, we get through all of the notes, you'll go to 2.1, sets and operations, and this is the assignment you're going to do. The graded for accuracy were the 5 problems that I was talking about that I would like you to put at the beginning of the homework. The others are also to be done in order to get the full credit for that assignment. If you don't do all the homework, then you won't get the full credit. That homework is to be turned in the day it is due, the next class period after we finish the lecture. That's when that assignment will be due. So if we do, a 2 or 3 day lecture on a particular section, when we finish that, the homework will be due in the following class period. And it's due by 4:30 that day. Don't wait to turn it in the next day. You need to turn it in that day. I won't take late homework assignments unless you have a valid excuse. And please understand that. I won't be accepting these late homework assignments. And just because you didn't show up to class doesn't mean you can't turn in your homework. You can turn in your homework if you do not get it done by class time by 4:30 in the math department. Make sure you turn it in at the student worker's desk. They will stamp the time and date, and they will put it in my mailbox for me. That's in Suite C, not over in my suite, Suite A. There are no student workers over there. Go over to the main portion of the math department where the departmental secretary and the student worker's office is. Other documents you will need in the course you will find under Files. This particular file are the notes for 115 Section 2, Section 2.1. Print those notes off before you come to class on Friday, and then when we go over those in class, you can fill them in. And we're going to be discussing set notation first, and sets and operations. This is probably the most difficult section of the book. Students don't always like sets and operations on sets. It's a little bit more abstract than the rest of the material in the course. So don't get frustrated if you find that you're starting and this seems really hard. It does get easier as we progress through the chapters. I think that's all I needed to tell you today. This is my text number that I was telling you about earlier. It's 270-238-4701. If you have any questions or concerns, you can text me there, or you can email me at apritchett@murraystate.edu. I look forward to seeing and meeting all of you on Friday, and you guys have a great semester.